Hi, everyone. Sean Paul Ellis here from the Saturday Morning Cartoons podcast. Remember, that's morning with a U. For the entire month of June, we are on summer vacation. Yep, summer vacation. Really quickly, we wanted to mention a couple changes that we have to our Patreon account. We wanted to give out some listener shoutouts, and we wanted to talk about what's going to be on this week's summer vacation episode. Regarding our Patreon, some of you may have noticed that we have paused our Patreon account. We'd like to thank our friends and family and cartoon enthusiasts for your moral and financial support over these many months and years. Unfortunately, due to some real-world complications, we're going to be pausing our Patreon campaign for the foreseeable future. We didn't think that it's fair to you, our patrons, to continue to charge you on a monthly basis while going through an overhaul to the podcast. But fret not, cartoon revisits, reviews, and ridiculing will continue, just in a different format and presentation in July. We wanted to give some shout outs to some of our listeners. We have upset maybe a couple of you with our Code Lyoko review and about our comments regarding that we felt that the show had zero stakes. Andrew from Facebook, who actually recommended the show, wasn't so thrilled that we didn't like his recommendation. We are very sorry, Andrew. He brings up a couple good points about these characters that are in the show, that they weren't really the traditional stereotypes that you would have for middle school and high school students, and that they were much more nuanced. We will definitely agree with you on that. The time travel stuff can cause people ultimately to lose grip on reality, and at some point in later episodes, people can become lost in the show, which is kind of interesting and sort of makes me want to go and check this out. We also had Amber from Facebook, who loves Code Lyoko, and had some great comments about Xana and his powers. Xana could control anything that was electrical, so anything from missiles to a nuclear facility, and then some point later on in the show, he was able to actually take over humans. And the time reset power that we've been talking about also strengthened Xana, and so it wasn't used too often. All of these are interesting points, and we definitely want to give a shout out and credit where credit is due. So thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Amber, for your comments. We want to give a shout out to Finbar on YouTube. Thank you for loving Last Man as much as we do. We are in the same boat, hoping that we are going to get a second season soon, or that they're going to be making some announcements. I want to give a shout out to Caleb on Twitter for reminding us about Moonbeam City and also introducing us to a show called Horseland. And I want to say that I think for all horse-related cartoons, the theme and the goal tends to be friendship. Hey, we're all good with that. Recommendations on our end. Guys, you should need to check out Gamers with an exclamation point on Verve. It's a rom-com. I've been binging on it, and I absolutely love it. FLCL Progressive, Fully Coolly Progressive, is out now, and let us know what you think. Also, definitely make sure that you get caught up on My Hero Academia. The latest episode is great, and we can't wait for next week's episode as things are getting really crazy with some of these villains and potentially the reveal of the big bad. For today's episode, we're gonna do a little bit of an extra from episode 194, our Scooby-Doo episode. We have Aviv Rubenstein and Matt Reuter from the podcast Law & Order Special Viewing Unit as our guests, while we talk about who's going to defend the Scooby-Doo gang in a court of law on our podcast, rap air horns, and cartoon clowns. So, enjoy.
Has done wonders for Sean's patience and nerves.
The new computer?
What, the new computer?
Yes.
I mean, I'm relatively happy
And
with
blood
it.
pressure. Reuters sitting about 4 feet away from him, out of like swinging distance.
Yeah. I've already hit him once.
He's
No,
got-
I think the
he
mic.
already caught a
No, actually,
backhand.
we're less than we're about a foot away
Oh yeah,
from each other.
if he decided to turn and swing, I'd be on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's over.
Dead. Did you say it'd be over or it'd be Oprah?
Over.
It would be
End-
over.
It'd be
ending
Oprah.
your life. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Just walk out of that door
So
behind you.
I now I remember how much of a disaster this is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Now we remember
Oh,
what happened
yeah,
last
this is
time
gonna
we
be
all got
nuts.
together and decided to record.
Here we go. I think
Okay,
it
before
might
we-
be
before we
okay
get
because
going.
it'll be a little different this time because we're actually gonna like
Will it?
it's obviously a different setup.
Oh,
right?
because this
So
is your
it's-
podcast, so you don't give a shit about tanking ours.
Ooh,
Oh
you
man,
just-
I forgot how much fun it is to record with somebody that's on the West
yeah,
Coast.
you hard buffered on that one.
Yeah, Aviv has a tendency to do that. So at some point in time, I imagine the video will cut out and it'll just be audio, and we just got to roll with it. And then eventually, all things will cut out, and he's got to call back in very quickly. And
Yeah,
you gotta just
Reuter
try to make
vamps
sure that you
for,
don't
like,
lose the
minutes
momentum.
at a time.
I love that this
Which
is
is,
like a
which is
usual
why if you
thing.
listen to our podcast, you'll see like there's definite points where you can tell where like one or both of us have cut out and we both just keep talking and Aviv doesn't do any editing. So there's a definite crossover where we're both just
Talking
generally
over
saying
each
the
other,
same
yeah.
thing,
I love this.
but talking over each other.
I like
this
your
so much.
green screen
It's-
too. I
Thank you.
I love it. I just love everything that's happening.
It's much better when I actually have like the lights and everything on, and when I actually use it, which is never
Cool.
So, currently it's just
question
a
before
weird
we,
green splotch on my wall. What's that?
Before we get going,
Yeah.
so per your email earlier,
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
I'm
Like,
so excited.
Aviv, do you want to be the defense?
No,
or
I
do
don't
you
want to be the fucking
prosecution?
defense.
Fine, I'll be the fucking defense. I got 2 pages of fucking notes on being the
God
defense
damn
here.
it.
I will
Wait,
fucking
so
get
I
this
don't.
guy off. Don't you worry.
Wait.
Whoa, I'm glad I was recording for that.
I'm
know
also
you were.
recording.
Damn
for
it.
this. So okay.
Reuter is excited.
What exactly? So you want us to lay out a case for conviction or acquittal of Harry the hypnotist?
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Well, okay.
No, the goat. The
ghost clown. And so
The evil ghost
I'm
clown.
confused as to.
So am I. It's fine.
All right. So
We're winging it. We're winging it.
I can.
Are we actually talking about the show itself?
Well,
No,
so,
we're talking
okay.
about the setup.
Setting
let
up
me-
here.
let me-
Bits that we're gonna do.
Let me lay down what I thought we could do, and then we can
Yeah.
tweak it as needed. So I thought we'd do our regular intro, our regular, shoot the shit for a few minutes, and then obviously introduce you guys before shooting the shit, and then
Whatever.
from there we can briefly go over the episode in question.
Sure.
Because everybody knows Scooby Doo. If you don't, I don't know why you're listening to us anyway. Everybody knows Scooby Doo. Everybody knows the characters. But we can talk about briefly like if they did anything weird that stood out, and do like a quick.
Max
Yeah.
the Midget.
I have some
There's
notes.
a standout line there.
Sure.
A tandem bicycle of a strong man and a little person named Max the Midget.
I was disappointed that the villain, when they unmasked him,
Wasn't
the
Max the Midget,
on the
yeah.
strong man's shoulders in a double clown.
Do you know
See,
that
that would've
I
been-
definitely had
And
that?
Allison just left the room
God.
because she's like, I don't think I want to know what's going on.
Also, can we? I mean, I'll save it fresh for the pod. But there was another point where I was just like, "Ooh, which direction is this gonna go?" Because
I have a couple.
So to answer your question,
couple of things.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we take sides and we try to convince you to either acquit or prosecute.
Yeah, and here's the thing with Scooby Doo. I've long wondered why these random kids roaming the
Well,
countryside.
don't make
have
don't
any
no
kind
no
of,
no,
like,
don't make
authority.
any argument for. So Matt, do you prefer to do one or the other?
I mean, I've got a bunch of arguments already laid out.
All right,
for
so I'll do the
but if you want it,
defense.
I can do the prosecution too. No, okay, you want to do the defense? I just said I had a bunch of stuff laid out.
Yeah,
for
I
the
know,
defense,
and
but you want
that's
the
why I
defense?
said I will do the defense, so that you have to.
So that you
so
think
I'm
that
taking you.
you're
taking
gonna
your legs out from under
throwing
you.
you off your game this
Okay.
early.
Guys, this is
Okay.
a classic courtroom maneuver where the two lawyers decide who's going to defend and who's going to prosecute. It's classic.
This is why I can't watch SVU. They do this every
Every
episode,
episode.
and I
You
never
never
know
know.
who the lawyer is. Did you watch the one episode where the judge was like, "Time out. I'm the lawyer now," and they
was
were
amazing.
like, "Which one, prosecution or defense?" And he just went, "Both."
It was weird that
I
he
just-
held him at like gavel point while like demanding
Yeah.
that he was the
I
lawyer.
ga-
That was really
gavel.
strange.
Well,
did-
you missed
he
that
did the Captain
the
Phillips
season
thing.
finale of season 10. Actually, the victim becomes the judge in a real twist move.
Oh, I missed that
The
one. I like
victim
that.
is both the judge and the perp. It's called the Three.
So he's Judge Dredd.
It's called the 3 with trick photography.
Stop it. Is it really?
No.
What episode are you guys even on?
We're
We
so,
just
wait,
Season
wait.
1,
Matt,
episode
I want to
2.
do this live on the pod, on a different pod.
Okay. Do you want to save that for whenever we're actually
No.
recording our pod then?
No, I don't, because. No, never mind.
We're on
Never mind.
season-
Never
well,
mind.
t-
I thought that I may have
Yeah,
had
so
a
we're on,
backup of something, and I don't. Never mind.
Hmm.
You wouldn't have a backup of my file. You'd have a backup of
Whatever.
yours.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we in an ill-fated move on my part when I was cleaning out some old backup files that I didn't need anymore, I accidentally deleted some of the stuff that had not been edited or
Yeah.
posted yet. So we are on season 4, episode 4, which we had already recorded.
Oh,
Yeah. So so we've got a weird bookend. We've got the next episode that's backed up, and then we've got 2 missing, and then 1 more that's after that, which I had the common sense enough to save. So we got to re-record 2 of the episodes, one of which we've already recorded
Twice already.
twice before.
oh no, this is your 3rd time through it.
Oh,
Because of some technical
On my
difficulties.
part.
So this will be the 3rd time.
That sucks.
Yeah, this will be the 3rd recording of one of the episodes. So it's just gonna be like, all right, guys, we're gonna get through
It's
this
gonna be
episode
like
real quick,
20 minutes.
because
Yeah, it's like we've been here, we've done this. Let's just move
Yeah.
on.
You haven't
Luckily,
heard it,
we've
but we've
only
done it.
lost 1 episode entirely to technical issues that we.
Oh
couldn't
my god!
figure out.
And
Sean's
you've done
been
so many
amazing
more
with
episodes than we
post-production
have.
stuff.
We have lost like 5.
I mean, that's all on Sean because I mean the audio that I send him half the time is just like hot garbage because it's usually like either me and my settings are wrong or I'm here with somebody else and we're at like 2 completely different volumes. So the fact that we've only lost 1 that was unsalvageable is, I think that's pretty good.
that's impressive.
I was I did a lot of finagling for Evans. I'm glad that you got, because here's the thing.
I
your
can't.
voice,
There's nothing I can do except
your
make them
voice
stay
is
outside.
Really, I know. Your voice is very even keel. It's not that you're not monotone by any stretch of the imagination. You've just got you've got a
got
consistent,
his radio voice.
leveled voice.
But Evan just
it's
has
good.
like cavernous
Evan's
lungs.
like, so I was watching this thing the other day, and fighting X-Men. Ah!
when you
like-
when you have us sitting next to and using the same mic, it is
Oh, it's
impossible to
good.
get a
That's
level.
good stuff.
I
Just
had to
compress
move
it like
the mic.
crazy.
I had to move it directly in front of
Yep.
me and have him like just lean back, just like relax and sit back there. But it didn't matter.
Aviv, but the problem is that because they're recording on one Blue Yeti microphone, there's no way that I can go in and
No, of
isolate
course not.
just
Just
Evan to
Yeah,
compress
that'd
it.
be nuts.
So
And
you're just making
I have
Dave
to,
louder.
Well, no, because Dave and Evan are on the same exact track. So there are moments where I'm trying to compress everything that's happening. Don't worry, I just sent. Dave now has 2 microphones. So Dave now has 2 mics.
I was
to
like, Dave,
record
it
with.
really would seem like what you should do is just yell as he talks in his
I
normal
don't-
voice,
I
and then
don't
just
have
bring
the
everything
stamina.
down.
Like I
He
could,
doesn't-
I could
it's
do
like-
it for a few minutes.
You have Sam
But I honestly
Kinison
can't
like
on
if you
your.
were-
the volume of it. It's exhausting.
If you were in a Sam Kinison screaming match in West Virginia, and he's just like, "You ready for this?" You're like, "No,
The,
no, I'm cool."
For an hour,
Dave,
On
you
a
just have-
scale
you just have to,
of,
you'd have to
like-
just record the episode in like 3-minute
on,
increments.
exactly.
on a
Just like
scale
catch
of
my
like
breath.
NPR,
Take a bump.
on a scale of like NPR DJ to like Hot 104 DJ, you're closer to NPR, right? And then
totally. Yeah.
like the rap station DJs are like, "We got the new one from DJ Khaled coming over here your way." I was like, they're screaming.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's like Sway in the Morning times
Oh my
5.
God.
He's just very.
Wait, I heard the air
excited
horn. Do we want the air
enthusiastic.
horn? Because I can pull that
Oh,
up.
I get the air horn too.
Did
got the
you,
air horn?
did
Scooby-Doo
you
air horn.
speaking of Sway in the morning,
Scooby-Doo
did you
air
see the Black Thought freestyle thing? Okay. Well, fuck me then.
Had to get that in there.
Oh, y'all ready to party?
On
Get your dicks
Saturday
out.
morning cartoons. Did you
That's our
did
new
you see
intro.
the
That's our new show. That's our new show.
did you see the Black Thought freestyle thing?
No,
So
no,
Black
no. What was
Black
it?
Thought
no
from
idea.
the Roots. He's like the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He does like I think it's like an 8 or 9 or over 10-minute freestyle without no breaks.
Breathing.
Yeah, without breathing. It's crazy. And like at one point he starts to sweat and he's like while freestyling just like dabbing his forehead. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Was he dabbing? Was he dabbing?
Ooh, this
you.
man.
I like
So next week on the podcast,
which
I-
podcast?
No. So
Who knows?
Tune
So
in
to
to find
Aviv's
out.
point,
Yeah.
the Black Thought
to Aviv's point,
freestyle is
Sway
10
in the
minutes and
Morning,
55 seconds.
Is it
by the way.
5-finger death punch is the name of the freestyle challenge that they have, which is they give every rapper who comes on, they give them 5 tracks randomly, and they can rap over top of it, and it's anything that they've written or just like off the cuff, and some of them are fantastic. Childish Gambino, amazing. Logic, great. King Los, fucking some of the best rapping I've ever heard.
I feel like Sean's just making up names and testing us whether we know them.
I'm not, dude. Those are not.
Uh,
You're making a face.
Fanch?
Is it for
No.
the
You said
five
because
finger-
you said Five Finger Death Punch, and I was like, well, which came first, this challenge or the hard rock band?
I was gonna say, isn't there a metal band?
I think
called Five Finger
the movie came first.
Well, yes.
I didn't even know that wasn't.
It's in Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, Volume 2.
Sorry, it's Five Fingers of Death.
There we go.
Is what
That
it's called. Five
makes
Fingers of Death.
more sense
Close.
on both
It's
sides.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you search Five Fingers of Death, Sway, and Logic, the rapper Logic, it's fucking great.
When are they
It's
coming on
so
the show?
good. Next week.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
They're gonna freestyle
coming over
their-
with
Saturday morning cartoons.
For an hour.
yeah.
But they have to. They're going up
He's
against
coming
Evan
over. He's
Valentine.
coming over with Isabel on Saturday
Oh,
to
nice.
do King of the Hill.
They're all going against Evan, who's just going to talk about X-Men for an hour, and they're going to see if they can top.
Is
it.
one of their tracks
Fowler.
just the like fucking metal as hell X-Men theme song?
I hope so.
Oh God, please.
God.
Or Wildcats, the metal version of the Wildcats. Wildcats.
Do you remember SWAT Cats?
Please,
Yeah,
don't bring
of course.
that here.
Come on, dude.
Do we remember? SWAT?
Have you done
We
a
know-
As an insult.
Have you
in this
done a
house.
SWAT Cat episode? Ah, shit.
Yes.
Shit.
We spent 30 minutes talking about all their various missiles that they shoot.
And how frustrated
I
was
have a
with
problem
all
with
of their
SWAT
fucking
Cats
dumb
because they
missiles.
live in Mega Cat City, and there's
Yep.
no like human equivalent to that. We don't live in like Mega Dude Borough.
Would you want to?
I mean, you don't live in Williamsburg, New York, so I mean that's essentially our version
Of
what
Mega
that
Dude?
is.
He's not wrong.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
yeah, it's called Williamsburg,
He's not wrong.
so kind of feel like maybe you know what? Tonight I'm the defense lawyer. You sit down,
Great.
Aviv.
Actually, Sean,
I'm
Sit your
taking
fucking ass
the
down.
defensive. If you're taking,
Everybody's
fuck you.
taking
I
the
should
defense.
prepare.
No, hold on.
why
All
is
right.
no one prosecuting this evil clown?
We both want
Right.
to defend him.
Aviv, you're the judge. Dave, you're the assailant.
Get outta here.
I'm both, and Matt's not on the
Why?
podcast.
Wait, you're both? As in
All right,
you're
guys, it'll be
the
great.
judge
I gotta
and
go.
the assailant? I'm fine with Matt being out. That's fine. Clarify everything else. you
Thanks,
just
Dave. I appreciate that. I'm taking my notes though. Fuck you.
I really
Taking
want to
off
say
the
I'm
these notes.
taking
Email
these
me.
notes with me. Half the notes are just like,
got my entire
fuck
opening
this.
argument
Oh,
already written out.
The
do
notes have been
what
asked to
with?
stay.
To do what with? Where are you going to use these in any
He's
other
going to do his
frame
own
of your life
podcast
from
with
now on?
hookers, blackjack and
I'm okay
hookers.
with that. And defense notes for cartoon clowns. Okay. I'll tune in.
All right, that's it, everyone. Cartoon clowns and rap air horns. Whew, that's a lot. He wasn't on our show, but we definitely always want to give a shout out to Bobby Anthem. You can hear him on his paranormal podcast, Inhuman Experience. You can find them on Twitter at IEXP_podcast, and you can find it on Spreaker and SoundCloud. He's also an occasional third wheel on the THT Movie Review Podcast, which broadcasts every Saturday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mixlr. You can also find Bobby on Twitter at Bobby Anthem. Send him a message, show him some love. He's simply the best. As for me, I perform live improv comedy in Washington, D.C. with a group that's called Nox. That's NOX exclamation point. You can find tickets and times and all the shows witdc.org. I'm also always on Twitter and Instagram at Sean Paul Ellis. If you're looking for Dave, you can find him on Twitter at Dr. Claw. You can find his writings on Nerdist.com, Collider.com, and DaveTrumbore.com. If you want to talk to us on this show, hey, that's great. You can head on over to our website, SaturdayMorningCartoons.com. You can find us on Twitter at MorningTunes. You can check out the weird memes that I post on Instagram at Saturday Morning Cartoons on Instagram. Keep the conversation going on Keep the conversation going on Facebook, Facebook.com/Saturday Morning Cartoons. And you can listen each and every week to Saturday Morning Cartoons on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, wherever fine podcasts are sold. Want to suggest a cartoon to us? Absolutely. You should check out on any of our social media that I just mentioned earlier. We have something called Linktree right now. There's actually a link where you can go and click and submit a suggestion to us. And you can do that either through a Google form, or you can actually give us a call and let us know, and we will include that clip in an upcoming episode. We also have an entire list of all of the shows that SMC has gone through and all of the cartoons that we have talked about. so you can check and see if your cartoon is on there first and foremost before making a suggestion. Want to email us directly? SaturdayMorningCartoons@gmail.com. Everybody that's been listening, thank you guys so much, and we will be back next week with more Summer Vacation.
Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot for listening to Saturday Morning Cartoons. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to transform and roll out.